there's no other event that focuses on, and I hesitate using the word young, even though it's called the Young Health Leader Summit, because you get some of that just emotional attachment to some people who are like, oh shoot, I'm not young, so I'm not gonna go to that. Like you kind of disqualify yourself for a lot of things in life. And so you might see Young Health Leader Summit and you're like, I don't feel young, or maybe I'm not young. But I think the intention behind it is young people or early in your career, and so it could be early in your career at whatever age you actually are, but there's no real event that caters to you. It's almost always, and especially early in a career, you're usually the like afterthought, unfortunately. So it's kind of like, hey, we're gonna have our executive panel and we're gonna do our main stage, main show, and then that last Friday afternoon, or once everyone flies home, like the student section gets the back of the room, gets the non-premiere stage, you get the sort of offshoot room. And so thinking through just the intention of how do we support those early careerists? How do we make it? And the world looks so largely different today than it even did 5 or 10 years ago. It's more expensive. We were just talking about, it looks like people are smoking more again in America. Like walking around, you see people smoking that at a young age that you didn't see, I think, before in a lot of ways. And so like we got just new challenges in the world. And so being able to say, hey, early in your career, we didn't know about these career paths. We would love to expose you to them. We would love for you to meet someone like Andrew Parker. We'd love for you to have a concept in your mind that this is possible for you. You could go raise money for an idea. You could go, like, that's just an option. Was nowhere near my mindset or thought process. It was like, I'm a hospital leader, here's my hospital connections, and here's the thing I do. And it wasn't and now I'm so far from that path. I went from hospital to health plan, to health technology, and to global role, and all the things. And like, I had no idea when I started that path. So if you can go back and say like, I can't wait to get in a room with a couple early careerists and say, hey, here's sort of the path I took. And it's not like you have to take this path and there's gonna be different paths, but just knowing that type of path exists is so meaningful to so many people, because there's a bunch of people that we meet every year at Young Health Leader Summit that say, I currently don't feel like I fit in. Mm-hmm. And they aren't able to articulate it pre-Young Health Leader Summit. And after, it's like, hey, I felt like I didn't fit in my part of the world. Now I see 2 or 3 people that look like me, talk like me, are thinking like me. Now I feel like I fit in. And that's everything.